So welcome back to another video. In this one we're going to be sorting this tank out. We're going to be having a bit of a move around, getting all these little fish out, putting some of the bigger fish in here and moving these into the smaller tanks. Stay tuned, you'll see what happens. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe and that notification bell. It's all free. Right, so I've done a water change on this tank, but because it's so minging I've taken the ornaments out. I'm going to have to give it a bloody good clean down. Go and give it to Ricky's, look. Ah.
Like that. That's so funny.
So on a daily basis I'm coming in and I'm finding about 3 or 4 of my little fish that are dead in here. It's usually like guppies or neon tetras or something. Now the rest of the fish all look fine, the water parameters perfect, so I'm not quite sure what's happening in here. Their temperature's all the same, nothing has changed. Obviously I've done water changes, but I've got my prime seachum, so I don't know what's going on. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to get all the little fish out of here, put them into this one, get all the big fish out of here and put them in that one. And then we've also got the Oscars and the green terrors, which might end up going in there as well, depending on whether they can get along with these kind of fish. Research! So in this one we're going to be getting all these little fish out, all the mollies, the guppies, the platies, the swordtails, the tetras, the harley, the cories, maybe the shark. We're going to be getting all these out and we're going to split them between these tanks. I think that one's going to go. They're going to put the smaller fish in that one and that one, and then the Oscars, the green terrors, the cichlids are all going in this tank. And while we're at it, every ornament in every tank is going to be taken out. It's going to be scrubbed down and get back to clean again, and hopefully we'll be able to get these tanks looking crystal clear again. Right, so the yellow belly alberts and the jewel cichlids are now in the breeding net in this tank because I've closed that one down, and now that I've closed that one down I'm going to get it cleaned up, and that's going to be moved from underneath there because it's just too awkward. We've got the beta tank in here, which again I tried to do the grass but it just didn't work, so I've just left the mud in. I've put a bit of black gravel sand out of here into this one. Hopefully that'll clean up nicely, we'll see, we'll come back to that one. And then this tank I'm going to be selling on, I'm going to put that little tank up here, that little tank up here, and then you'll notice that the pink one's gone as well. So most of these fish will stay in here, if not all of these fish. I think there's only the one which I want to take out, and I can't see him at the moment, but it's the keyhole cichlid, which managed to keep escaping every time I emptied out the other ones. So I have one keyhole, which, there he is at the back, just see him here. So he is going to go into that tank. All of these, what we got the convicts, the Malawi, the firemouth and the Bolivian ram. So the convicts and the firemouth are going to go in that tank. The Bolivian ram and the Malawi is going to stay in there, and I might put the odd fish in there basically, so that will be the odd community tank. All the silver tips, all the scissor tails, the tetras, the guppies, platies, mollies, etc. will go into this tank. The axolotls will obviously stay the same, and then we'll just see what happens. All this I'll be doing in a couple of days. So in here we've still got Foley, we've got Axel, and then my mother's got involved, and now we've got Murphy. Now if you understand Beverly Hills Cop, we've got Axel Foley, who's played by Eddie Murphy. And then Mother's got involved again and named our parrot cichlid Tango. And if you notice all these big beautiful ballas, we've now got a tiny baby balla. Right, so if you remember stage 1, I told you we was going to get all the plants and ornaments except for real plants out of the tanks and get them all cleaned. Well, there's 1, 2, obviously the real plants left. There's 3, 4, 5. We're not going to bother with the axolotl tank because that's recently been done. And I think I might still do that one. I don't know yet because I might want some of the stuff for the other tanks, because obviously I'm going to have the cichlids in the big tank. But at the moment we're out of space in the kitchen. The missus has got all the ornaments and plants getting scrubbed up. So yeah, next job, we've got to clean all the tanks inside and out, clean all the filters, internal and external. It's going to be one hell of a day. Alright, so while we're cleaning the pond out, the turtles are chilling on their little bath. And in case you're wondering how much of a clean-up operation it is, we've got these 3 filled, that one filled, and the bin overflowing. And we've still got, what, 2 tanks worth of ornaments in the garage. Alright, so we've emptied out all the turtles, rocks and stones. And for anybody that ever questions if turtles are messy animals, Jesus Christ, the state of this, and they've been in here, what, about a month, if that? So yep, I'm going to have to completely empty it all out, clean it all down, get the siphon working hard, and then these are not going to go back in, but them are, so then I could try and build them a couple of platforms for the heat lamp, but at the same time I don't want to make it so it's hard for me to keep maintenance going on it, where I've got stones and rocks and stuff pushed everywhere. Alright, so the turtle pond's finally done. You can still see a little bit of dirt at the bottom. It's not perfect, but next best thing. We got the heat lamp back on, we got the heater back on. I've put the dechlorinator in. We've got an 800 IF at the moment, but we'll have a 1200 coming tomorrow, just to kind of put up with the filtration and the dirt a bit more. But yeah, so far so good. Now carry on with the fish cave. Okay, so the progress so far. I've got them all cleaned down. Started putting the decorations back in. The missus has done a fantastic job cleaning all the ornaments and all the plants. The fish have been swapped over. That one's now empty. So yeah, so far so good. Turtle pond is all done. The rocks have all been reorganised, shall we say. I've took all the little stones out, left the floating base as just a floater. Oh, and by the way, the turtles have got a new friend. We got another new plaque. We've already got Henry and Dyson. What shall we call this one? Right, so now when we walk in, dun dun dun, some things still the same, some things not. And as we step into the first thing is our little cichlid tank with a new light on it, so it looks a lot brighter. Then we'll come to the axolotl tank, which has got Axel and Foley there, and baby Murphy's around somewhere. We don't always get to see him, he's very good at hiding. And just as feeding time comes, you can see there's Murphy chilling with Foley, and Axel is just at the back here waiting for more bones. Then the old Oscar tank is now the new community fish tank. We lost quite a few, so I decided to swap them round. See how many of these still survive. We might have to top some up. The big brown tank is now the hospital tank, which was down there. The barb tank's had a bit of a makeover and it's got a few new occupants, like the Corys. Then we've got the massive tank, which has now got the Oscars in, It's got the green terrors in. Still got the cribs in there. We've got the feather fins. We've got Dyson, our Plek, he's at the back. And we've got Snickers. And we've got one bristlenose in here. There's another one somewhere. And there we've got Bear, somebody we haven't seen for a while. He also managed to get himself stuck in the coral ornament, which was taken out. It was cleaned, it was stored, then it was sorted out, and then I found him and I still managed to get him alive, keep him alive. Here's Snickers. You can see my Oscars scoffing their faces. Look at that, what a greedy pig. There's Dyson. Then we've got the double tank here, which again I'm just leaving for now to see what happens with it. And then we've got the big boy tank. The only thing that's happened here is I've taken the keyhole cichlid out, put it over there, and then I've spruced it up a little bit with some extra plants. And we've also got our fry, which I've put into there as well. Alright, so all in all, let me know what you think. Have I done right? Have I done wrong? I've cleaned all the filters, I've cleaned all the ornaments, I've cleaned all the tanks, tried to get it all a bit more spruced up a bit, change it round. Make sure you like this video, hit that thumbs up, hit the subscribe button down below. It's absolutely free. It's also got a little bell next to it. Hit that and you'll get a notification every time I post a new video. Thanks again for watching. See you in the next video. Fish slap!